Okay, I just had to hop on here real quick. I just like this rant wants to come through, this riff wants to come through for you if you are someone who has been feeling increased levels of chaos, more overwhelm, feels like things are like amping up, and maybe it feels like you feel more challenged, like getting hit with all these curveballs, nothing going the way that you expected, planned, or hoped. If this is you, I want you to know that it is all a sign. It is all a wonderful, beautiful sign that it is all here for your rise, for your comeback. And when you remember that everything is happening for you, not to you, everything is happening through you, you can realize that all of these things that might be making you feel like giving up, might be making you feel like, there's this invisible force that wants to take you out. And I'm sharing all of this because I want you to know, in full transparency, these are some of the feelings that I have felt, okay, for a hot minute or two. And so I want you to know that I'm human and I'm going through it too, right? But what I know for sure, my love, is that the more that we can choose with our free will to alchemize all of this shiz that's showing up for us, right? Showing up for our rise, then we will rise. Then it will be our comeback. Then it will be the very fuel to the fire that is growing within. Now, something I was hearing so loud today on my ride into town, which was what ignited me to channel this transmission for you, is, can you hold the heat? Can you hold the heat? And so for me, the visual that I'm getting is literally riding a super fiery, spirited horse, right? So can you hold the heat? Are you settled into your seat, right? You're anchored into your seat. We know that the core, the seat, is going to be the most important part of riding that wild horse more easily, gracefully, elegantly, right? Because when we are not balanced, when we are not anchored, when we are not fully landed at our root, then it's going to make it so much easier to get thrown off course, fall off the horse, right? And so if we take a hit and learn from the medicine of the horse, if we remember that this part of riding a horse, of staying grounded, anchored, and settled in our sacred seat, as I like to say, is the secret sauce, right, to that ride, to enjoying that ride even, no matter what's going on, then we can apply that to our lives, to our relationships, to our relationship with our horses, in business and beyond, right? We can apply this analogy of fully landing at our root and being so anchored that when stuff comes our way, when those roadblocks come up, when that detour or course correction comes up, we can still pivot quickly and still have traction and momentum and stay the course, okay? And it doesn't mean like, yeah, maybe we might get thrown off. Maybe we might need to get off and dismount and take a pause and a rest. Everyone's going to be at their own pace and experiencing this in their own way. But what I know for sure, if the past several weeks and even months is any indication of what the fire horse vibes are bringing us, is going to be this piece of really learning how to master the art of alchemy. And the way I see it, alchemy in action, because we are being asked to pick up the pace. We are being asked to up our game, okay? And so, again, to come back full circle to what I asked you, if you are feeling overwhelmed or chaotic or stuck or any of those kind of feelings, and you feel like you just can't gain any traction, you can't get moving, you're not motivated, like, you need to ignite that spark. You need to be able to light the spark and hold the heat going forward, to continue like stoking that flame. And what I have found with the work that I have been doing, you know, not only over my whole life, but everything that's been sort of evolving and up leveling and being distilled over the past year and even, you know, past several months, has really shown me, and I'm honestly like blown away at how quickly I personally have been moving through and navigating different things that are coming up in my life. And you know, I will say that my moon is in Aries, so I can have a bit of a fiery, impulsive nature on the inside. But to be honest with you, over the years, because of certain experiences, maybe, you know, events that I perceived as quote unquote failures or not working out the way I wanted, right? It made me kind of like slow down and be like, okay, I need to, you know, sleep on this before I make a decision like that again. Or it made me really get in my head and overanalyze and procrastinate and all the things, right? And what I know for sure is, fast forward, because of how much I have deepened my somatic work and nervous system work, and at the end of the day, am so much more connected to myself, to my body. I'm so much more fully present and coherent in body, mind, and spirit, that not only has that rippled out to my relationship with my horse, which I've been sharing about if you've been in my world for the past few months, but that ripple effect in terms of the way I'm navigating life and biz and personal things and professional things. Like, I'm actually blown away at how quickly I am moving and not letting things that used to take me out of the game, where I might collapse or you know, just need a time out to kind of regroup and reflect and all the things for days or weeks. Like, I'm moving through like in hours now, which, like, again, it blows me away, which is why I know that the pieces that I have been integrating and implementing, especially over the last several months, around you know, really rooting to rise, around really settling into my sacred seat, around the sacral somatic work I've been doing, all the things that I have been doing and teaching and sharing, either free or paid or at whatever level, are the reason that I am navigating all the shiz that's been coming up with so much more ease, grace, and elegance than I like would have ever imagined. And so what I want you to know is that if you've been feeling any of the ways that I mentioned, again, overwhelmed, chaotic, you know, unmotivated, tired, unexplained anxiety, feeling lack of clarity, feeling unsettled, and you know, maybe even just weighed down by what's going on in the world, And I get it. Like when I heard about that whole Epstein thing, which I'm not even going to go down that road, I can't tell you the full body, like, kind of reaction that I had or trigger that I had. And I moved through it, but I'm not allowing it to take me out of the game. If anything, it's reinforcing why I'm here. It's reinforcing what I'm here to do and share and impact and help other women like you. If you're listening to this, really reclaim our sacred throne, ignite that sacred feminine fire and power and creative force within. Like literally, when you do this work, the work that I've been doing, the best way that I can explain it is you're actually able to take your pure primal desires and life force energy, tap into that, and then channel it and transform it into your creative force and power to start co-creating with spirit and the universe and begin attracting the life that you desire. And so whether this is, again, with your relationships, two-legged or four, in your health, your body, your biz, and beyond, this applies across the board. And so I believe that the number one thing, especially as a sensitive soul, a deep feeler, a dark horse, that we are going to be asked to master in 2026 is alchemy in action. Like how quickly, and it's not a race or a competition. The only competition is with yourself. But how quickly can you learn to practice and implement divine discernment and decision making? And, you know, when fears or doubt or resistance and all that comes up, the roadblocks on the path that you started to head down, how quickly can you alchemize all of that shiz into something that's literally going to propel you forward even faster, literally going to make your comeback inevitable, literally going to help you rise to that next level as you deepen and step into the woman that you know that might be right now begging and crying or trying to claw her way out. Okay, this woman is inside of you. It is so true when they say that you have everything that you need inside you, but you just haven't been shown how to connect with that part of you, how to connect with her, okay, because it's gotten covered up by conditioning, by past programming, by chronic stress, survival mode, and trauma. And all of those things live in your body and they keep you from connecting to the truth and the root of who you are. And that is what I know, that at this time I am so called to help you understand how to do and guide you with, so that you can come back home to you and step up and show up as the woman that the world, that your horses, that your relationships, both personal and professional, are waiting for. So if this lit something inside you, stay tuned, because I've got something brewing that will be out very soon to help you do just that. If you resonated, give me some love, leave me some fire emojis, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Namaste.